Welcome back to the Undecided podcast. Your co-host, Nick Renner, with
Morty.
And here we have guests today. Breaking news, second episode. We already have guests. Let's let our guest introduce himself. Number one.
Yeah.
Mo Lev, it is a pleasure to be here.
Wow, there we go.
Felipe Rodriguez, it's a real pleasure to be here. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you for joining.
You, Nick.
Yeah.
And then we have our producers on the side just watching and talking.
Yeah, we also got some guys chilling here with us. They might put in their 2 cents if they feel like it. But yeah, that's basically the setup for today. So, to start things off, does anybody have anything they would like to talk
I want to share something.
Anything on your
give
mind?
an idea.
Yeah, I would love to share that. I really loved the first episode. There was a segment on Saudi princes. I just want to point out that.
Yeah, we pulled that out of nowhere.
That was not... Yeah. I should have disclaimed that with the tinfoil hat warning.
So,
yeah.
No, I just wanted to say, some dude named Prince Fajit called me from Mozambique the other day, and he said that if I give him $1,000 when he's king of Saudi Arabia, he's going to give me like $30,000. It's a great investment for the future. So
I have
just
no
thank
idea
you.
what's going on.
Yeah, I got a Jamal from Jamaica. It's very...
I don't get anyone. I just got a $120 charge from Powerhouse.
that
was basically.
How'd that happen?
Basically, we were late to the gym. Me and my friend were late to the gym, so we couldn't get to our original gym. So there's this gym called Powerhouse, and we tried sneaking in. Oh, we did sneak in. Someone opened the door.
It's a little too late now, but you might not have wanted to say the name of
It's okay. It's fine. I don't think they're ever going to listen to this. But regardless, when we were leaving the gym, I wanted to get a drink, so I swiped my credit card in. And then the next day, I was looking through the charges. There's a $120 charge.
$120? What?
It's $60 a kid. I was with a different kid, so
what?
They charged me $60.
They can do that?
Mine would go to
Yeah, I don't know. They tied it together with the receipt of the. It's pretty nuts.
You know, gyms are like employing private investigators these days.
I think they're. but it's like a more like
Upscale?
top dollar site like
$120 isn't a joke.
It's not a joke, but it's only like it's only like an $80. It's like an expensive gym. We have a user who goes there. Tell us about Powerhouse Gym.
Yes. First, what's your name?
Avi Rosenfeld.
Okay.
Let's talk about Powerhouse Gym, as I think it's better than most gyms in the, What?
Listen up.
Listen up? Alright, Powerhouse Gym, what about it? We love it because, A, it's a 24/7 gym.
That's big, by the way.
It's probably like one of the most helpful things out there. You can go do whatever you want.
Okay, what's your idea?
We're going to talk about Kabbalah and hippie jibbies.
Did
you know about the chicken feet?
Chicken feet? About like Hitler's chicken feet?
No.
No. We had a discussion downstairs.
Trigger warning, we have some unhinged guests with us today, and things might go a little bit more off the rails than usual, but we'll try to stay with it.
How you take like the toenails of a cat and then like put it on your eyes and you can see the shape.
Where's it saying this?
Alright, I'll talk about this.
Yeah, what are you guys talking about? What the
Okay,
hell?
guys, all your opinions are very valid, but we want to hear one of your opinions at a time.
Alright, let's go. Avi Rosenfeld here. We were discussing downstairs.
Stating your name again.
We were discussing.
What's your social security?
4817.
I told Prince Fajit that the other day.
Oh, wow.
We're actually finishing up lunch and we got into a random discussion about Kabbalah with me.
For our less spiritually inclined listeners, Kabbalah is it's a Jewish mysticism.
It's like a mystic.
It's based
art.
on It's based on different
like the spiritual realm.
Yes, the spiritual realm, different practices to kind of interact with the spiritual realm. It's a metaphysical idea.
Metaphysical. Yeah. There's crazy stories.
Alright, so we were actually talking about it, and we have 2 believers and 1 non-believer.
Non-believer in what?
In the whole basics and topic of Kabbalah.
How could you not believe in this?
There's a saying that if you don't believe in these type of things, then it doesn't happen to you.
There's proof in the pudding.
Yes, I know. That's what we were trying to explain.
What doesn't have to you?
So
I think you're talking about the evil eye.
That could be one of them, but we were talking about how the Jews have this thing called Shadim, where basically it's like ghosts, demons, who come to you and whatever. So we were discussing how if you sleep in an empty house by yourself with just you in the house and you go to sleep, then Shadim, these demons come to you in the night and they haunt you or whatever it is. They ruin your sleep. They curse you. They curse you. And so it's proven somewhere that there was a story that happened to someone who was in a house by himself, and these demons came. And so we were discussing, and one of the kids in the discussion was saying that this is not true.
It's true. I'm saying.
Right, if there theoretically is proof that it
on that
happened
point, the rabbis these days say that we're not on the level to see demons.
Right,
that was one of the
100%.
arguments. That's an argument.
That was an argument that would make sense.
Like many people do not deny the existence.
But they say that the people who are on like that level, they can actually
They get affected by it.
No. Not only they get affected by it, but they like understand it. They see it. They take
see
lessons from it. But us who aren't as high on the level, we still get affected.
100%.
Just we don't know it, and we just don't. And we don't comprehend that it ever happened.
We don't see the world on a spiritual scale. We say
Exactly.
Right, so that's actually a very interesting fact. So, if you want to believe, so in the assumption that you believe in mysticism or that it exists, the fact, so believing less than something, making it not a. So what I just realized, what I hear from this is that if you don't believe in mysticism doesn't exist.
That's not.
It
does not exist.
It doesn't affect you.
Exactly, it's not affecting you.
So by not believing something, it just makes your belief that you don't believe in it.
You're getting stuck on a point of not believing. That's not the right. That's
So
not.
you
It's
just
not
don't
not
think
believing.
about it, just don't think
You're
about
not on that level. It's not like not believing versus believing.
So if I'm on the level, I could never see anything mystical, but nothing mystical ever happened.
There is I think there's things floating around that are mystical around you.
One of the things I think you got stuck on is that we originally we started off on that, but then we came to the conclusion that it was that it was not that. It's only that we're not on the level. It's not that we don't believe in it. It's we could not believe in it, but it won't affect us either way.
I still think that that's not true. That even if we aren't on that level, that's what because I come from a background where we're very like believe into this stuff and we're very brought into these type of things.
Background.
Like that. And so like even if we're not on that level, I think it's still there. It still affects us. And the people who say that they don't believe it is just because
I don't think anyone's coming here and saying we don't believe it.
So
No one says-
so I think,
there are those people who say that we don't think it's true, so it doesn't happen to us. They have their theory, they have their whatever it is where they come from. You're
saying people who are not spiritually inclined. Are you basing it off not spiritually inclined people?
Basically like that.
okay, so
So your theory is that even from your background, that even if you're not spiritually inclined, you're still keen to the fact that these demons still affect you.
Yeah.
well, so yeah, so
All right, that's an argumentable point just from your background. If you want to just tell us about your background, like what type of sect of Judaism do you come from?
So as you know, there is a Hasidic.
Right, the Hasidic movement.
Exactly.
And if you don't know what that is, it started from the Baal Shem Tov, probably. What years? Well, how long ago was the Baal Shem Tov?
17th century, no?
17? What century?
that must have been a couple hundred years ago.
A couple hundred years ago.
Right, so
let's just keep it
if we want
at
to do a little history, we have the Baal Shem Tov. He was the original rabbi who had a Talmud, meaning a student, the Mezritch Magid, and he had 5 students who all spread the word of the Hasidic movement.
What's the main idea?
What was the idea? The idea was more of like, it was meant to make Judaism in a more Kabbalistic point.
Also, it's
and
spread
more
out.
happiness, like
What are the main things of
So the Jews in exile, after thousands of years of Jews being spread out, the tradition was still alive, but they were in such bad places, so much persecution. The idea of being Jewish, the kind of the pride of it, and the kind of the intrigue of it, and inspiration of the faith, it kind of like withered away a little bit, and there wasn't an X factor kind of about the religion. So what he did is he brought a new kind of way of looking and concepts of looking at the religion,
right,
to basically focus on different things and point. He focused more on the spiritual versus the physical,
right,
and more on
People who weren't such good learners, if they want to be more religious, even though they weren't good at learning, now they have a way to act more religious and be more from just because they weren't good at learning.
from meaning more religious.
okay. So yeah.
Right. So back to your background.
So I come from. There is a Hasidic. How we say
Sect.
Sect.
Yes. Yeah. So there are sects, which is what one of the sects is.
Different denominations.
Hasidic, and then through Hasidic there are different
denominations.
So I come from it's called Bells, where we have like a whole entire background to this Rebbe.
He was like a son of a son.
Yes, he was the son of a whatever.
Do you know
it
which
was.
original student he came from? Which student originally from? Like the first 5 or 6 of the.
Also, fact, they say that the reason why he didn't just pick one student and then just teach it to him and then he gives it on, where he gave it off to 5 different students, is because he felt that it would spread it out more of a way. We're giving out his information to what it was. If he spread it out, and then these 5 different students would teach it in their own way, where one was more strict and one was more lenient on how to teach Judaism.
And you know what's strange? It's not strange. It's very actually encapsulating that we have even in this room right here, we have different sects of Judaism that even in our own surrounding areas, like Molev, tell us, like, what background do you come from? What's up with you?
So yeah, not really Hasidic,
right?
But just I think I come from.
I'm
not sure. Yeah.
European.
Yeah, maybe Europe.
Europe, right?
Sure.
Do you know how many generations your family was in America?
An American.
I think maybe 3 generations.
Wow, that's.
I'm not sure. I think a lot. Yeah.
So that's probably from Lithuania. That area.
Before the war, they came before
Holocaust.
Before the war.
Okay,
Right.
so that maybe German.
Probably.
Maybe German.
Probably German.
I don't know.
But just let it be
I don't
known.
really know much of my.
Yeah, so
Just let it be known that,
yeah, exactly. So despite all the differences, all the bases are exactly the same from all denominations and all types and all areas.
Just what they put their effort into.
The reason why the differences are so interesting to talk about is because the similarities are just so etched in stone.
And maybe we should go around the table just asking about.
Okay, so
where everyone ethnicity is or of Judaism is from. Well, Philip, tell us.
I happen to actually not be Jewish. My family comes from a small town in Uruguay.
Let's go, Mexico.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mexico.
yeah, I think we have to have him more on the show more often. Kind of add some.
Yeah, maybe some spice.
Some humor to the mix.
Uruguay is not in
Yeah,
Mexico.
I think we've already heard from Abi over here.
Nick. Uruguay is not in Mexico. South from Mexico.
So
whatever.
both my grandparents weren't religious when they were growing up, and they lived in America before both world wars, and they've been here for a very, very long time. And we're not really sure where we came from because they weren't really religious.
But the idea is you're a very American engraved family.
How did
Exactly.
you come back into the fold?
My grandfather, I don't remember the name of the rabbi he met, but that rabbi helped him become religious and get back into Judaism.
Wow,
This is quite beautiful. I have a question. Is the idea of the the situation?
Maybe for another episode. We'll say that for another episode.
I gotta understand what's going on.
Would you like to?
Yes, I'm actually.
What's your name?
All right, just run it.
Okay,
Eric. We'll go with Eric.
Okay.
Eric. I'm actually straight Polish. Like all my grandparents are all from Poland.
Yeah.
Right?
Polish.
One of them came before the war, like right before. The other one came to America. One of them came my grandmother on my father's side came right before the war. My grandfather came like a year or two into the war. They were actually engaged before the war, but they only got married in America.
So the war is what brought them together.
No, because they were engaged before the war. They knew about each other before the war, but my grandmother came to America before the war. Then he came like a year or two into the war, and then they got married in America.
And one of Eric's favorite is like we Slavic faces, you know.
Yes, we all look Slavic because we all got them big cheekbones.
Yeah, I got big cheekbones.
Yes, I think Felipe wants to say something.
I just want to point out, I'm sorry to all the Jews in the room over here, but wars happen. I just don't think that the Holocaust was specifically targeting Jews.
What?
I just don't think it really.
All right.
Okay. Well, our black demographic just went up by 30%.
Black listeners now.
Yeah. Sorry. Okay. Anyone have another topic?
I think we should stick on this topic. Maybe
Stick on the Judaism topic.
no, stick on the fact that Felipe over here thinks
Felipe, what's wrong?
We always have
otherwise.
we always have to have a little bit
A rivaling.
you know what they say about dark humor.
It's like food. Not everyone gets it.
It's better than the other one I heard. Okay.
And also, I just from the standpoint, the Jewish standpoint, I just want to point out the Jewish standpoint versus the world standpoint on how the world's running these days.
What way?
The woke society that.
Okay, so
ideology.
when we go into politics, we don't want to express our opinions that much. We just want to talk about general stuff. So could we get this out without personal opinions?
No, I don't think there's a nice way of putting this.
Okay, fine, go for it. This is not a censored podcast.
This is not everyone in the podcast.
I don't know if we want 18 and under to listen to our conversation. I think we want a more
rabbis.
audience.
No rabbis or 18 under. We don't. We have to keep the ops over it, Taylor.
Yeah, I think so too.
Okay, so
back.
this is
next
so we'll go to the next topic, but I just want to say for a second episode, it's actually very great because we're kind of getting to know the hosts. Obviously, we're getting to know kind of the environment of the podcast.
The co-host did not say where their origins are.
Oh,
Me and
wow.
you did not say.
We'll
leave it for later.
Well, I guess that'll be we'll have some mystery. Okay,
If you want to go for it, go for it, man.
Okay, next topic. Who anybody have something they would like to say about literally anything under the
Felipe
sun?
wants to say something dumb. Okay.
No, okay. Besides for a joke, I really want to pivot the conversation. Okay.
You guys mentioned in your last episode that TikTok and these platforms can be damaging towards the brain. I just want to point out, I'm on TikTok and I think I'm like extremely intelligent.
And he couldn't even keep a straight face. Okay, fine. Anybody have anything they'd like to say about anything?
I just want to point out though, I think that some of these platforms, I think they can be very beneficial. Like there are some educational.
There is gain. You do
learn more knowledge.
Obviously, most
Yes,
of them
but the amount of knowledge that you'll retain after watching a lot of shorts is not that much because, as studies show, watching short form content severely degrades your memory, short term and long term.
I think there's more negatives than positives if we look at the full outcome.
Well, yes, and we already discussed many of the negatives last
We went through this
podcast.
if you want to hear
If
it,
you guys want to talk about it, I'm
hear
sure. Avi, what do you like to say about short form content?
I think we should move on.
As a master in short-term content, because I'm currently on every social media platform out there.
Nice.
Might not want to say that to the world.
Yeah,
but
that's fine.
I just like to let it. Like,
I just want to know. I
be
want
cautious.
to let them know that.
Snapchat.
What's your snap?
No, I just want to let them know that I am like on these platforms, very quite often, as I might say. And so, yes, I think there is a big effect in the short-term memory, long-term memory, and as like a victim of it, my memory has definitely either lessened or maybe maintained. I think it's criminal to the human mind. I think there is a big impact. I don't think they should ban. I just think that they should just ask Eric.
How much more in your life do you think you would have achieved had you not been on all these social medias?
I think I would have achieved a lot more.
Really?
So why don't you want to delete them?
Because I'm at that point where I'm already doing it, and I don't see really.
You don't think
much
if you delete them now, you won't grow more?
Not only will my mind be elsewhere because I'm gonna think that okay, fine, I want to go do this, and I'm not gonna. My mind is automatically just gonna make me think, okay, no, really, there isn't a change. There isn't really a change. Well, there might actually be a change. It just I will not see because my aspect on the whole social media and mind thing will just be there that I want to see it.
So you're already pulled in it.
I will actually one time, my phone got taken away. I didn't have that for like a month or two, and like the first 2 weeks were terrible. Like I need stimulation, but after that, I actually was able to figure it out without my phone.
Right. So good for you that you actually were able to get past
be able to do that
2 weeks. It just
But you don't know what it's like to not.
Right.
That
Actually, I do know what it's like.
And that's a huge.
I actually got my phone taken away a while ago, back when I first came. Okay.
Yeah. Anyways,
Regardless, it seems like this generation, there's a huge need, a necessity for to be stimulated. Like we need our dopamine levels always.
While when I first time changing schools, I actually got kicked out for a little bit because we had a rule in school that you are not allowed to have any electronic devices with
Which is commonly found in more religious establishments.
So, Avi, what do you feel like you would have been doing?
Wait, I will get back to that in a second. So my phone got taken away, and my parents obviously were more on the side where I shouldn't have done this. It was stupid because obviously a lot of parents think so, and a lot of parents do not let their child bring devices to Jewish institutions. So I got mine taken away, and then I come home. My parents get a call saying that unfortunately we had your son here for a while. It was a good 2 months I was in this new establishment, and
so let's go to the point. Like through that period of time, was there a feeling of more freedom? Like what was your feeling at that?
So it was a while ago. I do not remember really.
But
I do know that I was definitely more focused on other things.
Do you feel like it was beneficial?
Yes, definitely. But once I got back into it, I was the same person, so I didn't really see a difference where I could grow more because I did not grow more. So
I would like to point out that I'm sorry.
This is great.
This is actually serious right now. I'm hooked on a lot of these platforms, and from the fact that I was able to tell you gained in Prince my entire social security number the other day. By heart, yeah. I just think my memory's been out of the zenith these days.
Well, there's always exceptions to the rule. That's what makes the rule.
Yeah, there's always weird
So anybody have anything to add to that?
Yeah. So Avi, do you feel like you're able to stop the social media platforms?
No.
Well, could you stop your
How far has the level of
I think this
addiction
is getting a
gotten?
little personal.
Why would you?
Okay, no, you.
Only beneficial.
Anybody else?
Okay, fine. Anybody else want to share
Anybody else want to share about their
the social media life?
At one point, my phone was broken. My name's Ronnie Jackson Jr. And I just want to point out that at a certain point in when I had my education, one of my phones was starting to not really work so good. So because there's enough storage, so I decided to delete all social media. I was on all social media.
Wow, that's hard.
So I deleted everything I think I was off for almost 2-3 months, and I think it was beneficial. And I think if I really had to do it again, I would. It's not something that's difficult for me, but I think it is very beneficial, and it does the social media does affect the brain.
So if you want more on our opinions of the social media platforms and how it affects in different ways, go to episode 1 of the Undecided podcast,
where we joke a little bit about shorts for a few
the
minutes.
shorts entertainment. All right, thank you for joining us today on the Undecided podcast.
This has been a very, very good and educational. I hope. But more than that, entertaining, because we don't know anything about it. We are idiots.
Really appreciate the opportunity.
Felipe, shut your mouth.
Okay, so that was a very wild episode.
Entertaining.
Yeah, a lot of back and forth, a lot of arguments, but we hope to have more.
You were entertained.
Yeah.
And thank you for listening to Undecided podcast. See you next time.
Yeah, hopefully next time we'll have more time for everyone to speak their turn by themselves. Eric.